Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bay Paths football preview of this week. Again, I have the pleasure of being with Coach Giampa to review what's going to happen this week coming up in Bay Path football. As you all know, we have Thanksgiving right around the corner, and Thanksgiving is a special time of year for all football programs and players. Traditionally, it's a great opportunity to go to the field, bring the families together, and see a great football game. Hey, everybody, I'm Dean Packard, principal of Bay Path, and I have Coach Giampa with me. Coach, how are you today?
Good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, man. Same to you. Lots going on, man. Your football team is doing unbelievably well. The program is heading in the right direction, and we have a great opportunity to compete tomorrow on the field at Oxford High School. And before we even go down that road, let's take a second and just talk a little bit about the great win you guys had over New Bedford once again.
We were really, it was a three-phase game, which is, I think, what you're always looking for as a coach. You know, all three of the different phases of football where you're relying on each other. I thought our defense played outstanding. Special teams was outstanding, and our offense did a good job as well. So, when you put three phases of the game together, you're tough to beat. And I think our kids did a phenomenal job rising to that occasion. We talked about it last week, playing meaningful games in November, games that matter. Games that have real implications against the highest level of competition that you can find. That's what you want as a competitor. That's what you want as a person. If you have any competitive bone in your body. So we were thrilled as coaches to watch the kids play, and those are the best types of games, right? Where you can just sit back and let the kids do it, let the kids play, and watch the kids execute. Just the simple stuff. And then it takes care of itself. So we were thrilled with the way that the kids competed and played and got after it last week.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about Oxford. Traditionally, a Thanksgiving Day game is a great platform for kids. Families all come together. It's traditionally a thing at the end of a season where, kids are looking forward to that day, that game, and Thanksgiving dinner after that. So how do you prepare for that? This is a little bit different. You got a 10 o'clock game, middle of the week on a big holiday. What's that like preparing as a head coach?
Yeah, it's a short week. We playing on Friday and then turning around and playing on the next Thursday. You only have 2 days, 3 days of school to have the kids in and preparing. So, it's a challenge, especially playing a team like Oxford, which is, traditionally a very good team, very competitive. They do a good job over there. So, yeah, it's tough, but the flip side of that is at this point in the season, you're really honing in on game plans every week. You're not, a lot of you don't overlook the smaller things, but you don't practice with quite the same scrutiny in terms of breaking things down to the smallest components, because the other thing is the kids have been working now for 4 months. So you got to keep in mind the workload that you're putting on the kids, and playing 13 games a year or whatever, 12 games a year, that's a lot for a teenage kid to be going through. So you have less time, but you have also less things that need to get done. So it works out. It's just a little bit more stressful as a coach because you can't, whenever you jump over something, you feel like you're overlooking it, but you can, so coaching wise, you're a lot more dialed into every single play that you're running in practice, but there's less to do in practice at this point because a lot of the defenses you've seen before, or you familiar with schemes or things like that. So you can you're not starting from scratch. You can kind of copy and paste what you've done earlier and apply those things to the game coming up.
Let's talk about traditionally against Oxford. It's relatively a newer relationship that you have with Oxford. And Oxford, I believe, has had the upper hand over the last few years. Talk a little bit about that and how that plays into motivation for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I think our kids are incredibly motivated to play this game. It's a weird situation because next week, Thanksgiving typically is your last game of the season, but we have one more game after this. So that can be that can sometimes be a little tough, but I think our kids are incredibly motivated to play this game. Oxford's ascending town, so there's a lot of familiarity in terms of the kids. They all know each other, and we get up to play sending towns where we get excited about that. So it's an exciting opportunity. They have had the upper hand the past few times out, so I think our kids are aware of that, and they're excited to compete against a really good team. That's the other part of it, is that you only have so many opportunities to compete in football, and we're fortunate that we have two more, and this is a good one. And after these next 2 weeks, we go back, we'll see everybody next August. So our kids are excited about the opportunity to continue to play football and to keep playing football. And like you said, Thanksgiving in Massachusetts traditionally is a really exciting thing. It's a community affair. Everybody gets together, and then we break off after that to go with the family. So it's exciting.
Yeah, well, Oxford has notoriously had some really strong programs, and they've gone all the way to the, I believe, to Gillette last year, if I'm not mistaken. So they do have that history, so which is good. And you want to be playing teams of that caliber. There's no doubt about it. And I love the fact that you say keep your eyes on the road in front of you and just take care of the business that you have, and good things will take place on their own. So let's talk about our kids a little bit here, and what are you thinking as the key matchups, or what do you think? How are you preparing? What does that preparation look like? And again, it's not somebody that you've seen a lot of this year, but I mean, at the end of the day, both teams are fighting. One team has got, I think it's their last game for Oxford. For you guys, you have that one additional game. So what do you see as you prepare as a coach?
You just, like you kind of just said it, you focus on what's in front of you. You focus on the team you're playing right now. You can't look forward or look behind you, because neither of those things are going to help. You got to focus on what you're doing. And they do some things offensively. Their quarterback is incredibly dynamic. He's a very, very good player. They have some really good receivers. So we'll look to match up with those guys as best we can. And then defensively, they bring a lot of pressure. They're very physical. So same thing on that side of the ball. We'll look to match up in ways that we think that'll benefit our guys.
Yeah, as a high school principal, I'm looking forward to being there my first year in this position. Looking forward to being on the 50-yard line and taking part in the whole process, man. And I've had the pleasure of being on the sidelines with you guys a lot. And I just love the idea of what we're going and what we're doing. And you and your coaching staff have done an amazing job. And what happens after the game, Coach? This is a Thanksgiving day for you. You get to go home and be with the family and do the things that are important.
Yeah, we got family stuff going on afterwards, so that's always exciting.
I love that.
This time of the season, there's a lot of time commitment, and I think for everybody, players, coaches, there's a lot of time commitment, a lot of personal sacrifice, and we've talked about this before. It's not just us. It's easy to feel bad for yourself in terms of the amount of time you're putting in and the amount of, but it's also family too. Your family doesn't see as much of you this time of the season. So it's anytime you get to spend with your family and see them and be around them in in an environment where you're not, your brain's not somewhere else. I know that's something I'm guilty of a lot, where you're trying to spend quality time with people you haven't seen a lot of, but your brain's on a different.
Sure.
You're not really paying attention to what they're saying, and they know that, and you can't hide that. They know that too. So I think that's what's nice about Thanksgiving is, after the game, you get to go see your family. You get to be kind of tuned into those moments, and that's always good.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be short-lived, because I'm sure you'll be back at the practice field right after Thanksgiving's over. So as you prepare for next week in the vocational state championship, so lots of great things going on, man. So the game is what time on tomorrow?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Oxford High School. Looking forward to a big crowd on both sides, I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing some Bay Path football take place. It's just really good. It's good to be part of it.
Yeah, and like I said, there's only 2 more games. There's not a lot of opportunity left to play football, so everybody's season's winding down at this time. It's either, like I said, it's either over or you have one more after this. So there's not a lot of opportunity left. So our kids are excited about the opportunity to compete, and the community has been so great all year, and we're looking forward to two more opportunities for them to show out and support us and be there, and we'll be excited to see them.
Oh, there it is right there, Coach Giampa. Thank you very much. On behalf of the administration, total faculty, and student body, we do wish you the best, man. We'll be there pulling for you guys, but more importantly, continue what you do, man, because you make a difference for kids every single day. So that's what I have for today, guys. We enjoy you guys coming on and listen to our show. More importantly, we want to make sure that you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. And listen, if you can get to that football field tomorrow, come on out and support our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
There it is, right there. Rounding out our show. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And more importantly, get out there on that field tomorrow and support our Bay Path Pride. Have a great day, everybody.
Go, men.